With all of its crazy and funny parts, this timeline is going to be the most fun we've ever done, as crazy as it gets. What Trump is doing, how Powell is reacting, and how this will affect XRP, please. I need to show you what's really going on here so you can understand. That is silly. The President of the United States of America is asking for Jerome Powell to be fired, which is really turning up the heat. Listen, things have been tense between Donald Trump and Jerome Powell for a few months now, but Trump is making his point more clearly than ever. I find it even funnier how Powell is replying to this. This is something we're going to talk about because it has huge effects on XRP and a lot of other things as well. Keep an eye out for everything. I'm going to start with this Truth Social post from Donald Trump. He says that the ECB is likely to lower rates for a 7th time. In case you didn't know, this is the European Union. On the other hand, they only did research after Trump's Real Social tweet. We'll talk about that some more soon. Still, it was too late. Yesterday, Fed Chair Jerome Powell released a report that was yet another complete mess. Powell was always too late and wrong. The price of oil and food is going down, and the US is making a lot of money from taxes. Late to the party, he should have cut interest rates like the ECB a long time ago. He should still do it now though. Powell's firing can't come soon enough. It's clear that Trump wants Jerome Powell to be fired. At the same time, people are dealing on the inside on all of the different news that is coming out. Something really interesting took place right here. The White House said at 2:45 p.m. Eastern that there would be a press conference at 4:30 p.m. Eastern with a special guest. After 21 minutes, at 3:06 p.m. it was 10 million more puts on the S&P 500 than the day before the video announced limits on H2O chips. A similar trend was seen in the QQQ options. When a lot of insiders put in a bunch of puts at random, it's a trend that you should pay attention to. It seems likely that something big will be announced. It looks like something big is going to happen soon with taxes. After a long break, I'll talk about Trump and the Federal Reserve. Trump said that Fed Chair Powell will resign if he asks him to, and he also said that he was unhappy with them. No doubt about it, he's made that very clear. What's going on with these other countries though that want to talk about tariffs? I think this is a really interesting point, and I want to learn more about it. Meloni, the Prime Minister of Italy, says, "I am sure we will make a deal on tariffs." In addition, she went straight to Trump's White House against the advice of the European Union. This means that she pretty much took it upon herself to talk to Trump about this because it affects her country. No, it does affect the rest of the European Union as well, but the European Union wants to get all of its members together to negotiate a better deal with Trump. Meloni told them, "You're taking too long, I want to find a better deal right now." So she went straight to the White House to talk about it all. At the same time, Trump is saying he's very confident about a new trade deal with the European Union. We could kind of tell that Trump's message is changing. He's basically saying that he's sure he can make deals with almost everyone who has tariffs on right now. That's interesting. You can see the Prime Minister coming in. It sounds like she's saying the same thing, which is that she's sure we can work out a tariff deal. For the second time, President Trump is firing Chair Powell of the Federal Reserve. Also, President Trump has said that the US will work out a deal with China. The way Trump is putting himself forward is very, very important. As we've seen, when he says he's sure about making deals and doing different things, it usually means that the tariffs will be put on hold for a while longer, right? That's all we've seen so far. So it is possible that Trump will change his mind tomorrow and the markets will crash. In fact, I think that is very likely to happen, and we will talk more about that very soon near the end of this video. But the fact that Trump is saying this right now is very interesting. But even with all of that, the Wall Street Journal dropped another surprise. This was said right after it happened. In private, Trump has talked about firing Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. He has also talked with former Fed Governor Kevin Warsh about the chance of replacing Powell. As of late, there have been a lot of press releases from the Wall Street Journal and little rumors that turned out to be real. The most important one was, of course, the pause in taxes from the European Union. Once that fake news story came out, Trump said, "That's fake news, it's not happening." Sure enough, it did happen the next day. That's really cool. So let's see if this also comes true. It looks like Trump has someone in mind to replace Jerome Powell, which makes sense. It looks like he wants to get rid of Jerome Powell before the end of his term in 2026, which again fits with Trump's political goals. But I'd like to know what you all think about this. What do you all think about the idea that Trump might fire Jerome Powell? Pay attention. I dislike the Federal Reserve very much. They have way too much power over the future of the United States and have done a terrible job of running the business. That really needs to stop right away. That's why I want to get rid of the Federal Reserve and not replace them. But let's see what happens with the new Federal Reserve. With all of that in mind though, the things we're seeing are pretty cool, right? There were some pretty big downtrends in XRP after a lot of this. As you can see, we've been going up and down over the last few days. There are a few green days here, which is nice. We have been stuck since then. As in, nothing has happened at all for the last 2 days. The markets are just, okay, what's going on? In fact, the traffic numbers have been pretty good all around. There are a lot of traders out there right now who are buying, selling and doing futures. Sure, that's a lot of noise right now, but still, the big players don't know what's going on, so the markets aren't changing. Food prices are going down, inflation is good, oil prices are going down and egg prices are going down. What's going on? You're right on track with what we were looking for now that inflation has slowed down, but the Fed isn't lowering rates because they say inflation is coming. What's going on? Once more, this is completely crazy. Things are crazy right now. The market is going through one of the craziest times we've ever seen, and I think it's only going to get stranger. What should we now expect? I can expect one or two things here. Since we last looked at it, the stochastic RSI has been too high for a while, right? This only means that a reversal is likely to happen. If we take a more in-depth look at the Bollinger Bands, we can also see that they are getting tighter. The red line, the green line and the blue line are all moving toward the middle. As a general rule, every time this has happened in the past, and I've talked about this a few times on the channel, there has been a big move either up or down. You can see that the stochastic RSI is high, which means that there are too many buyers compared to sellers right now. There is also a very easy liquidity sweep that could be coming from whales. Personally, I believe that the first move will be down over the next few days. If you look closely, I think there will be a big drop in the next 3 or 4 days. That will be a great chance to buy the dip, just like we did when we closed that 65% in profit trade not long ago. I think that over the next 3 or 4 days we'll have one more chance this month to close a very good trade off of this dip. I also want to help you guys make money along with me, of course.